What is up, guys? I just want to shout out Nova for reminding me to record. So shout out to Nova real quick one time. But today is Friday, so we're going to go ahead and continue with our back testing sessions. We are on USOIL. We're going to go over Austin's trade setup that he sent in, and we're going to break down why this was a good opportunity. So let's go ahead and hop into that. Now, the market here was in a downtrend, right? So we're just clearing, we're finding our break of structures to the downside, right? And now we are waiting for our change of direction, right? Because we can't, I'm personally not gonna try to catch a falling knife, right? If the market's gonna continue heading down, what we need to see is the market change direction and go to the upside. If the market's gonna keep going down, that's fine. But now I need for the market to make its way and break and close above. And once we get this, we can start looking for the idea of taking some buy opportunity and shift the market back up, right? So that hasn't happened yet. We were waiting for that to happen now, right? So let's go ahead and continue. Boom. Okay, so we finally get that change of direction. So let's go ahead and just confirm that, right? We got the change of direction. Let's just go ahead and mark this up. Now, if I'm looking at this, guys, my left shoulder is right here, right? This is the very last BOS before our change of direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and box up this zone. Then my stop loss would be this low. Now, what would make this trade even better, right? Because once we get this change of direction, guys, one thing that I like to look for, now it doesn't always happen, but I do like to look for it because it gives me more confidence in the idea, right? Once we change direction, I like for the market to hang out, consolidate for a bit, maybe even give some equal high type action, right? Market structure. So when the market does make its way back down, we can have a target to go to, right? We can go ahead and take some opportunities and shift the market back up because there was a target to go to. Does that make sense, guys? You guys can give me a question mark if it doesn't make sense, but if it does, go ahead and give me a yes, a 1, a 2. Throw me a number out there. Give me an emoji. Y'all can unmute if y'all want. Awesome. So now that we got this change of direction, now I want to see a little bit of liquidity being built up. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the market hung out a little bit, right? It's hanging above this zone, which is nice. Now, there's liquidity being built right now. Now, I want to test your guys' eyes, right? Can y'all see any liquidity being built? I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. Oops. You guys can go ahead and annotate on my chart if you guys can see it. Give you guys a couple seconds. Okay, so okay, Nova. Okay. I was looking at the same thing, right? Notice how we have, as soon as we get this change of direction, we just have the market hanging out in that upward trend motion, bouncing off this, line that we got there, imaginary line. So it's hanging out right here, right? Which I like because now there's incentive for the market to come back down, take some of these buyers so we can go ahead and shift that market back up. I do like that, right? So when you guys see that, that is a good thing, right? That is a good thing. So let's go. We do have liquidity right there, which is nice, right? So let's go ahead and continue. The market's hanging out. It's for sure hanging out, which is a good thing. Now we're just waiting, guys. We can't do nothing but wait. So let's go ahead and just set this up, right? My stop loss would be here. My entry, minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Actually, let me go ahead and set this up, right? So you guys should all be setting this up. Anytime you have an entry point, guys, your stop loss, pull your zone out to a 1-to-1 and give yourself a reminder to break even and take partials. That's important. All the little things like that is just as important as finding your entry, finding a setup, and all that good stuff. It's just as important, trust me. All right. Partial, and then obviously 1 to 3, we smacking. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see if we can catch this. All right, So I was hoping that the market would just leave equal highs, but it did look like it took some a little bit, right? Which is fine, but I still like this as equal highs, even though we do have a little peak above, right? If we zoom in, we do have a little bit of a peak above, right? It took liquidity. Yes, that's why as soon as we took liquidity, it dropped, right? But I do still like that as equal high type action. So let's go ahead and move this back. Let's take a look. Market came right into my zone. Okay, cool. So now we should be in this entry, right? We should be in this setup. Let's just move this to the right. Let's move all this stuff. Oh, snap. All right, big bet. Let's move it. Let's move it. Let's move it. All right, cool. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's continue. Market is in our zone right now, guys. Okay, cool. The market went our way. Awesome. What should we be doing now, guys? Let's throw this up at the 30 so we can get a little bit of a picture in there. All right. It just hit our break-even line, guys. What should we be doing?
Move our stop loss to break even.
Move your stop loss to break even. So from the negative, let's say I was willing to risk $10. I'm going to move my stop loss from negative $10 to 0, or maybe even a couple cents in profit, right? So now let's take a look. Market's going our way, still hanging out in profit, not doing too much, but it is what it is. We got to wait. Okay, cool. Let's move this over. Guys, did it hit our take partial zone? Yes. So what should we be doing? We should be taking partials. So what partials is, guys, what taking partials is let's just say, I'm up $20 on this trade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece off of the playing field and put $10 in my trading account and leave $10 inside my trade so it can continue to grow more. And that's what taking partials is. So that's why that's so important, because look, what if the market hits this line and let's just say, you're looking to exit here. The market makes its way up and you're thinking, oh, the market's bullish right now. It's going to go ahead and smack my TP. And then this happens. And then market comes right back down to your entry and you took no money off of the playing field. That's not a good thing. Does that make sense, guys? So you have to be disciplined with your rules, right? If you're having a partial right here, make sure you take partials. It's super, super important. So let's go ahead and just move that back to my 1 to 3. I think that's it right there. All right, cool. Now let's take a look. I'm just going to move this right here. Yeah, that's key, guys. Key. So let's go ahead. This is all we need, right? Technically, we should be at break even. We've already taken partials. This is already a winning trade. This is a dub. We just took some money home, baby. You feel me? Now, let's see if we can go ahead and take home the cake. Smacking. Let's go. So that was actually a good trade. I do like that based off of the structure and the liquidity that was being built, right? So good job, Austin. That was pretty fire. But now it's time to be careful, right? So let's go ahead and delete this stuff. And let's go back up to the higher time frame real quick. Right, now let's go ahead and just delete some of this stuff right here. That's fine. Now, even if we just go to the weekly, right, as bad as we want and as much as I've seen people keep looking for buys, right, it doesn't look like the market has been buying a whole lot for oil. The market has just been tanking, right? And it's kind of just stuck in this range, right? But since it's been doing that, it's been building up a lot of liquidity. So I would not mind if it took some and then started heading back up. So keep that in mind, Austin. We did just take a little bit of liquidity here. Let's see if I pretty much just made more support, but we did take some liquidity that was right there. But it did create more support right there, as you can see. So as we drop down a lower time frame, the daily supply, the daily starting point is right here. We have a break of structure to the downside. lower low, lower high, BOS, creating new lows, right? With that being said, as soon as we have that BOS, we should be identifying our starting point, which is this big candle right here, right? So supply. This would be my change of character on the daily time frame. So if we can really get above this, then I would really like to go ahead and continue looking for some buys, right? But until then, we can play around. There will probably be some buy opportunities and shift the market a bit higher, but the market can go as high as it wants. As long as it doesn't break this, we are still in downtrend momentum. So we can still shift the market back down. Does that make sense, Austin?
Yes. My question, what did you think about that sell zone on top? Because that's what I was asking.
And you're asking for this one right here? Was it this one? Yes, it was that one. I think you're looking for something right here. Oh, was it? Let's see. Okay, it must be lower time frame. But this doesn't look bad because this would be the 4-hour / daily starting point, right? So it's pretty much combined. So this doesn't look bad at all, right? This would continue trend. This would continue trend. We do have a 4-hour supply right here. Oops. So right now that's holding it down. Now, if we go to the 1-hour time frame, let's see. I must have been looking at like on the 15 earlier. Oh yeah. All right. So on the 15-minute, this is our last BOS to the upside. This would be my change of character line. So if we get that change of character, the market should probably be heading down from there, right? So if we can get the market to change character and hang out down here for a little bit, we might just be able to go ahead and continue from there. But if that doesn't happen and the market just continues, roaming back up, then we can go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get back up to your sell zone, which is, a bit higher. But I do like that as well, but you do have to keep in mind there is one here. So you have to just wait and see what the market wants to do. That makes sense. Now, honestly, it just doesn't look ready to reverse yet. Especially on the 1-hour time frame. Like we just have one pullback, right? But if we can push up just a bit higher, I do like taking 1-hour change of directions off of a zone. Anything lower than that, it makes me like kind of iffy because I know for sure higher time frame structure just hits a lot better. So like even if we do have this 15-minute change of direction that's happening right here, what happens most times is it will come into these imbalances and then shoot back up to create a new high. And then we got caught in taking early sells right here. But what just happened, right? We got caught. The market manipulated us. But what just happened, really? If we zoom out and get out of our feelings, right? We just had a BOS to the upside. So then my change of character line would be here. And once we get something that looks like this on the 1-hour time frame, I'm way more likely to take this. Because sometimes those lower time frames off the zone, they're enticing you to get in early. They're like, hey, this looks good. It looks good right here. And it kind of does look good. Like if it's setting up, if we drop down at 15, like it does look pretty good. Like I would just be waiting for this change of character. That don't look that bad as of right now. But as soon as we get this change of character, you're going to be like, okay, that looks a whole lot better, right? What happens is they entice you to get in early, and then they go up just a bit higher and give you one last BOS. Your change of character line would be here now. And now we have a much better head and shoulder we can go based off of. Does that make sense, Austin? Like this will happen a lot, and I've learned to be okay with that, right? Especially when you're running your risk to reward. And I've learned that from Valentino. So if you haven't watched Valentino's bootcamp, he talks about this manipulation within like the first 2 or 3 videos. So make sure you take a look at that. I actually watched that like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it there's a lot of sauce in there, bro. So you should check that out. Let's go ahead. I know there's a couple charts that were sent in here. Jasmine took this and took an L. Can you help me understand better and what it is that I missed? Yes, let's go ahead and take a look. This is AUD NZD. So you took buys here. Is that what you're saying? You took buys here? And you hit stop loss. Is that what you're saying? I mean, it doesn't look like you hit stop loss. But I just want to make sure we're on the right track, right? If you entered based off of this zone or right here and you have your stop loss, you shouldn't have got in your stop loss hit. But I would also love it if you can unmute or hop in the chats. We can go ahead and take a look at this. Jasmine, in front of the class, Jasmine. Let's go. Where are you at? Oh, let's go ahead and take a look at this though. NZD, AUD, NZD. Bruh. Is it this one? Okay. Where is this? This is the 1 hour time frame. AUD, NZD, 1 hour time frame, 15-minute, 1 hour. Am I tripping? Okay, hold on. I think it's in here somewhere. Oh, okay, got you. I think it's right here. Ah, man. Shoot, I can't find it. Oh, she not on? It's okay, we skip. Let's see, who else? So, freaking So, bro. So been killing. Shout out to So. She been rocking with levels for a minute, bro. Oh, so you're just gonna, show me that you caught the snipe and you didn't even send it in? So that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. But I do like this buy down here. This is a NASDAQ, NAS100. I think I have the same buy zone if I'm not mistaken. You're looking at this one, right? Yes. Yes. Let's delete. Yeah, I have the same buy zone. So I would not mind if the market does come down there. I mean, it's already hanging out right here, and we do have liquidity right here as well. So I would not mind if the market wants to drop lower. That would be a nasty swing. Like if that happens, that would be a pretty nasty swing. Obviously, this is the daily time frame, so the entry would be somewhere around here. I mean, for levels, that's the shoulder, right? So it is what it is. You got to run with that. Your stop loss, which is a whopping 857 pips, and your 1 to 3 would be 3,000 pips. But this is the daily setup. This is a nice 1 to 3, right? But obviously, none of us are really trading daily time frame structure like this. So what we usually do is, I'm just gonna go ahead and just clear some stuff up. So what we usually do is when the market comes back down and it's making its way, we mark up our BOSs and our change of character line, and we focus on the baby structure that's inside of here. So once we get this sweep of liquidity and we change direction, we want to focus on this structure that's happening right here so we can shift the market up. So if we zoom in, obviously this is a drawing, but if we zoom in and we use this zone, let's make this purple. My entry would be here. My stop loss would be this low. And obviously, we're going to have a way better risk to reward. Obviously, this is a drawing, so you're still risking 254 pips, compared to 800, which is, I mean, that's great to me. And your risk to reward goes from a 1 to 3 to a 1 to 12, which is fire, right? So I do like this setup. I'm actually liking this a lot. Especially after we got this. I mean, after we got this was pretty fire. If you missed that, I mean, plug into the chats. We sent it out for sure. So that was fire. I was waiting for this for a minute. It's obviously coming back down now. So that's something that I'm looking for. So yes. So send that chart into the chats. Make sure that you send it into the levels chat. Appreciate you. That's lit. That's lit. Do you feel like this zone is still valid? Austin. GBP, JPY, I do, just based off of this. I do like it just based off of what I'm seeing here. So let's go to GBPJPY. Let's just take a look. Now the only thing is the market has been not doing so well with the yens, right? So let's just clean up some stuff so it doesn't look super ugly for y'all. So if we come over here, notice actually go to the weekly time frame, so it's just a bit more clear. All right. So notice, guys, right here we have higher high, higher low. We get our very last BOS of the upside on the weekly time frame, and then we change direction, and then we're just ranging, and we're holding it down right here, right? We're going from left to right. We're just building liquidity, right? Notice we have equal highs, so I would not mind whenever this happens. I don't know when, but if the market wants to come back, I would not mind taking some shorts on GBPJPY so we can sell the market down. But I don't know when that's going to happen, so just make sure you set an alert. Oh, I can't set an alert right now. It's crazy. Okay, I already have an alert. But with that being said, the market's just hanging out right here, and on the weekly time frame, we are having some downward momentum. So let's just take a look. I'm honestly not. I'm not liking that. Now that I'm looking at it with a bigger picture, I'm not really liking that buy because we do have trend line liquidity there, and I mean I believe there's something right here on the 4-hour or the 1 hour that I was looking at. But even this, like this buy is iffy too. Like it's not even worth taking on the first touch. It's not even worth test trading, in my opinion, because we have equal lows, right? So these are all pretty iffy. And I'm only marking them up just to see if what the market does. But I don't even really like that, to be real. So I would like for the market to continue to head down, in my opinion, right? Especially since even though it's ugly structure, guys, it's respecting the structure, right? Look at what the market is doing right now. We just had a BOS of the upside. And then we changed character. We changed direction. Now, the market made its way back up, and we got a snipe on that right shoulder. We caught the snipe. Now, look at what the market did again. Let's just change this to black because y'all know that it just rubs me the wrong way when it's a different color. But anyways, as soon as it touches that right shoulder, as soon as it touches that, look, notice how it gives us the play all over again. Higher high, higher low, BOS. Higher high, higher low. It's not a BOS, but it's a liquidity sweep. And as soon as we sweep liquidity, we right away change direction. And notice it does not touch the shoulder. It comes close. It comes super close, but you can see there's a slight gap between that zone. Slight gap. Slight gap between that zone. And if we come back this way, I believe it barely just misses it or it snipes it. Bruh, just missed it. Just missed it. So let's move this. Let's adjust. But look at the structure that it's giving again. Notice the structure that it's giving again. We build liquidity. Oops, the hit. We build liquidity. We sweep it. We change direction, and then we build more liquidity. Right? So I would not mind to see if we can go ahead and just continue with this downward momentum. Now, this is the thing, right? I do see what you're seeing, right? Which is right here, but now we're stuck between two pretty good zones. We're stuck between two pretty good zones. So for me, I'm always going to go and target where there's more liquidity, and there's a lot of liquidity to the downside right now, right? So what I like to do is if I can get this sell before the buy, I'm in, right? I'm in, because if the market comes down and touches this buy first, usually because there's a lot of liquidity to the downside, it's just going to go ahead and smack through it. And then we just have to wait for a new sell setup, right? So just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, I had that zone for a scalp intraday. Let's go ahead and pull it up, Miguel. Send me the link, Miguel.
I sent you a picture. I don't know if you can open it there, bro. I'm on my
Let's
phone.
Let me pull it over. That was a nice move though. The first one, let me see. Can I pause? You guys can't see it, right? Let me stop sharing.
No.
This one, yeah.
It is in the 2 hours, so it does a little bit more cleaner.
Yeah, this looks a lot cleaner. So
But
obviously,
yeah,
yeah,
I agree with you though. When you see those wicks under and stuff like that, the market can literally just come clear everyone now and then usually play out or now sell off.
yeah. But this was nice. Oh, see, on his it hit for sure, which is clean, right? He was able to catch themselves. But this is nice structure nonetheless, even if it is in consolidation, more or less, because this right here is just consolidation back and forth, right? But it's still making pretty nice structure. Liquidity being built, the sweep, we change direction and comes right back to that right shoulder, and we head back up. So that's pretty clean. And then the next move would be right here. So because this is the very last buy opportunity, notice this one was taken, this one was taken. Now there's one that's open right here, right? This is fresh. If we go ahead and get clapped right there, we know what we want to do. It's a change of direction. BOS, change of direction, left shoulder, head. Now, if we can go ahead and change direction, we can go ahead and catch some sell opportunities and keep shifting that market because, again, there is a lot of liquidity to the left-hand side. So just keep that in mind. But I do see what you're seeing. So that's pretty good, Austin. If it's been working with you, do what you got to do. Run the play. Run the play. Let's see. Let me pull the chats real quick. Yeah, you guys have the same zone. Someone said gold. So let's go ahead and take a look at gold. I wanted this buy right here, and it didn't happen. Oh, I was so upset, bro. Because look at the market. The market just took off. Wow, did its thing. But let's take a look, right? Let's go to higher time frames. Gold is insanely bullish. Wow, this is pretty messy. Let me just delete some of this stuff. Right, gold is insanely bullish right now, right? Which is a good thing. But check me out. We have a BOS on the weekly time frame right here. Now, anytime there's a nice run up to the upside, guys, it usually has to stop. We don't know when exactly until it shows us, but after a nice higher high, higher low, higher high, usually when we make new highs, the market will start to pull back to make new lows, and then we'll continue to make new highs, right? So it could be bearish for a little while with gold. We still have to wait and see. But let's take a look, right? So on the weekly time frame, this is my starting point. So if the market wants to come back here, that would be a crazy drop, but I would love it because, more opportunities for us. Now let's drop to the daily. Now we're getting closer to the market. Now notice this is my BOS. Notice how there's the rally that happens right here. This is the breakout rally that gives me that weekly time frame BOS. Breakout rally, my starting point would be right here. So now we're getting a bit closer to price. Now, the price is hanging out right here. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. So anytime I keep dropping down, I'm trying to get a little bit closer. So I noticed we have another BOS right here. Starting point. Now the market never came back down, and it looks like it made equal lows, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, took it out. Barely took it out. Barely took it out, bro, and then just started reversing. Right. So this looks pretty good. For buy continuations, we get everything we need to see right here, and now it's building liquidity. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. I do like this area. If we can get down here, right? We have BOS to the downside, lower low, lower high, BOS, lower low, lower high, BOS. And then we change direction, we make equal lows, and then we head up. So there's liquidity right above my buy zone. Liquidity there. Now, as soon as we change direction, we start hanging out. Now, yes, this is the 4 hour starting point right here, and it did get a reaction. Like whoever took this buy opportunity, you know, they were able to eat, which is a good thing, but we never continue to make new highs, right? Liquidity sweep, stuck in liquidity, right? So it hasn't done much yet. Now, if it continues next week, you know, once we get, you know, the next week happens and we can get a push up to the upside, we can go ahead and continue to look for some more buys. But until then, if it just hangs out in here, it may just continue to drop a bit lower. And if that happens, that's fine, right? Give us more liquidity to look at and identify. Gives us an incentive. So I would consider this equal highs. If the market can give us some type of trend line, I'm gonna mark up all the liquidity. Where's the liquidity at? Where's the incentive to go higher, right? Because I already know where I want to wait for my buys. So if we can go ahead and get that, would not mind it. Would not mind it at all. Let's adjust. Right? Would not mind it at all. That just gives us a better opportunity, better risk to reward. So we can look at something that looks like this. This is obviously a higher time frame setup, but I mean, it's 9 indices, so you're all right. You'll be all right. This is a 1 to 4, right? That would be new all-time highs. If we can catch this play, right? If we can catch this play, this move here could probably make new all-time highs, which is something that we're looking to catch. So this is what I'm looking at for a gold specifically. This has already been played out. I'm not really looking to play off this anymore. And yeah, that's it really. I'm either waiting for another break of structure so I can catch a re-entry, or I'm waiting for the market to come back down. That's it. Nothing I could do. Nothing I can do. Right. So just keep that in mind. If the market does drop lower and I hit stop loss here, I was wanting to buy here anyways. So it is what it is. That's why risk to reward is so important, because you obviously have to take the opportunities that are presenting themselves. But at the same time, if you take that L, it happens. There's always going to be places where you actually wanted to buy, right? But you don't know if the market's going to go ahead and respect the zone. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm not going to take this because I'm waiting right here and I stand on business. And then what happens is boom, and then we smack. And you're like, bro, I should have just took it and just, you know, ran my risk to reward. Trust me, I've been there too, where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stand on business right here, big dog. And the market's going to come to me because I am that you know, I am him. I am him. And then what happens? Market came right here, gave me a nice little setup, nice little seti, did what it was supposed to do, and then boom, it was gone. And I'm like, why didn't I just trust my eyes? Why didn't I trust my eyes? So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Let me go ahead and take a look at Juan. My boy Juan, been killing it. What is this? GBPJPY 1 hour time frame. You are also looking for sell opportunities. Nice. You guys all were looking at the similar market structure, which is a good thing, right? Obviously, what we teach is levels and smart money. And sometimes we combine them, as you guys can see. And you guys are looking for very, very similar zone. Oh, I didn't even see this. This was a nice one. Snipe. That's for sure a 1 to 3 bag. If you ate off that, congrats to you, right? So when you see that, this right here, this zone is already done. So when the market drops down and it's coming back up, you're already expecting the market to go higher to this zone. right? I would be expecting that. This was a good trade. That was good. That for sure gave you a 1 to 3 because that's a very, very tight risk to reward, especially if you are getting in or right at this red line or this red box and your stop loss is right here. For sure, a 1 to 3. That looks like it's a 1 to 4.5 to 1 to 5. So that's a good setup. And as soon as it went higher, it looks like it barely missed yours as well. But now we have something brewing, so we can possibly get some more opportunities and shift the market down. But this trend line looks crazy, right? So be careful with your buys. That's all I got to say. My boy Juan. This one is gold. Let's see. I do see that as well. I was looking at that as well, but I'm not really liking the equal highs that's right here. I'm not saying it can't happen. It can definitely happen. I just see that. And gold is really, really bullish. And this right here would be considered a counter trend. And this is also all-time highs. Yes, right? This would be considered a counter trend. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at consolidation. Market sweeps. We take this money. The market wants to continue shifting to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. When you guys zoom out and see the bigger picture, it starts to help a lot rather than just playing inside, inside of here. It really does help a lot. Especially because we're bullish again, remember. So we just built all, let me see, can I move this? I did not know I could move this out the way. That is crazy. We just had a ton of liquidity, right? Market literally just took that stuff out. Boom. Well, look what happened. The setup that presented itself. Change of direction. Would not mind if the market wants to make its way, come back, give me that right shoulder to shift that market back up higher. That right there would be lit if we can get that to happen. Boom. Shift the market back up. If we can get that, that'd be dope. All right, that would be super, super dope. But yeah, I see that. I see that. The thing is, it's a counter trend. So what I would do, and I also got this from Mike, is when it's a counter trend, he'll drop his risk by 0.5%, or he'll drop to either a half or drop to 0.25%. And if you want to be extra cautious, you can always just follow the structure. If the market structure never changes direction off of it, you never have to take the idea. Yeah, when I heard that too, I was like, oh, that's a gem, low key. Because you're already going against the trend. Technically, the market owes you nothing, if you're going to catch a falling knife, if the market's already trending, so if it is going against the trend, you can drop your risk by a half or drop to a quarter. I'm a reversal scalper. Ah, nice. Cool. Let's go. But yeah, Juan, if the market does not change direction, we do not have to take it. Once we get this, boom, we can now take that opportunity and shift it the way you want it. Hopefully, it goes your way. If everything falls in the way it's supposed to, I hope you catch a good one, bro. Let's see. Kenny, look at yours, brother. EURUSD. Yes, I'm liking this as well. And also because the dollar, we were looking at this last week, the dollar is literally looking like the opposite. The dollar's looking like this right now. It looks like the opposite. So yeah, I'm looking at buys in similar areas. This one was obviously taken already, which is super, super clean. If you guys missed that, oh my goodness. I mean, you guys just missed the trade of probably the year. Probably the year. Anytime we get a nasty reversal on the daily time frame, those swings usually last a couple weeks. So there's only so many nice reversals that happen like that. So just keep that in mind. So whoever caught this right here and is still holding, you're nasty, bro. That's crazy. Good job. But now this looks like this is the weekly time frame setup. Shoulder, head, change of direction. So I see why you have that there along with the starting point right here. This is a good one, bro. I'm looking at literally at the same thing that you are. So good stuff. I like that. Feel like the last shoulder above is close to highs, or talk about this. Okay, so I have this as
That's for the GU markup.
oh, okay. What do you think of this reversal here? You're talking about this reversal that's
Yeah,
just
this reversal right here, I was wondering what you thought of. No, see how it's in the red zone right now?
okay, yeah.
I was wondering what you thought about that reversal right now.
So that's not bad. And usually starting points that are left there, like left in the market when the market is trending, like this starting point was left when the market was trending. Usually those ones are really good counter trend trades, and they usually give some type of movement, shift the market down, and then they shift the market back up when it's time. So this might play out. I would just be careful and just wait for a nice 1 hour setup.
So like the 1 hour change of character.
Yeah. Anything that's on like under a 1 hour when it's counter trend, I just don't really like taking it for me personally. But obviously, Skylar is a scalper reversal trader. So, as long as you stay tight on your market structure and use your risk to reward, you should be fine at the end of the day.
So question, would you use that one selling candle closest to it as a change of character? Or like a reversal?
This right here?
No.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go over there. Let's go over there real quick.
Yeah. Can you show me that, please? Play that out for me. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. We have the same one. So look, I have this, right? But I didn't take any sells today. Now, if we drop down to the 4 hour, how many of you guys are looking at this structure and you are thinking reversal all the way right now?
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
I know that's what you're hoping for, right? But how many of you guys are looking at this higher high, higher low, higher high, and the market's coming back down, right? How many of you guys are already thinking reversal? Madeline says, I think it's still going to continue. Okay. Not yet. It's still too bullish. Okay. It's a good one. It's a good one. Now, if you guys are already thinking reversal, you guys got to pump your brakes and wait a little bit, right? Because right now it gave us a nice BOS of the upside on the 4 hour, right? We have a starting point here. So the market can stay in its bullish state, respect the zone, and continue up higher. So we are not thinking reversal, guys, until we change direction here. We need this bearish change of direction for sell opportunities. Left shoulder, neckline, the head. Now, again, I may have missed this opportunity. I may have missed this sell. But as soon as we get this and we hang out a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and start looking for shorts. Does that make sense? As soon as we get this change of direction, we can now start looking for sells. But until then, we continue to look for the buys, right? So I used to get caught up on that so much, bro. My first year, my first couple months, I would be like this, left shoulder, head, the market's coming down. Bro, I'm already looking for buys. I placed buy here, sells. I place sell here, sell here, sell here. And then what happens? Smack. So don't automatically think sells. Even if it did respect a 4 hour daily starting point, we are not confirmed until we change direction, right? Kenny, not saying any, like, I know I just wanted to put that out there and make sure everybody else knows, bro.
Nah, you good. Ain't nothing personal here.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's looking good, but as long as we can get this, we can continue to look for some sells.
Hey, good question. I'm sure I already asked this, but
No, good.
this shoulder, would you basically just like narrow down instead of entering here? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. So again, this is the 4 hour time frame, right? So structure is going to be a little bit iffy, maybe not as clear to you guys. But if we drop down, we can see, let's move this out the way. Market was creating liquidity, right? We have the hick, support, We do go higher. You are right. But then we come down here, we take this liquidity, and then we go ahead and shift the market up higher. When you guys see that, it's not the prettiest head and shoulder, but this is an inverted. This is an inverted. So then my left shoulder would be from the lowest wick to the closest body. And then I also have my starting point. That's right here. You know, and if we look at this on the 1 hour, my starting point is actually way down here. So now it's pretty much right on top of each other, which is a lot better. You know, so now we're waiting. Now we can look for something. Now this is obviously a way better risk to reward, you know, so if the market can make its way and give us, you know, the good signs, I would like to go ahead and continue high since EURUSD is so bullish right now, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. If the market can give us an opportunity, I would like to go ahead and see if we can make new highs, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. Any questions before we hop off tonight, guys?
Is it possible to look at GU?
Let's see. Let's take a look. It would have to be quick because we do have something popping on right now.
All good, all good.
But
Right there.
GU, yeah, that's the same. It's the same. Now this, I would like to be careful around here because of the daily structure. We can possibly get a rejection. Now, it may not give us like the sell-off that we're like anticipating for to like continue going down, but it could give us, you know, especially if we don't get any good pullbacks here, market can come back to this area and give a nice rejection to then continue up higher.
So you don't think the zone will hold at all? I just feel like it's super close to like the high. Well, I don't know if it's equal highs, and there's also liquidity right here. I just want to know what you thought about this zone.
I saw that as well. I don't really like that.
Okay.
I like this much better for sure.
Okay. All right, that was mainly my
good question though, bro. Good question. But even though, like, you see that, right? I do the same thing where I'll mark up the liquidity and I'll also mark up my zone just in case. And what I do is I just wait. And if it doesn't change direction, I'm not taking it because then I know it's going higher. Does that make sense?
Bet. Thank you. Yeah, that was my question.
Yes, sir. Do you chart up and do pending orders now or wait until the market gets close to you? I do pending orders. I like to do pending orders on you know, currency pairs. I don't mind doing pending orders. And on indices, I usually, you know, I do market execution because, you know, I'm kind of present on my phone, you know, when the market is open. So, but for some pairs, I could be working, you know, whatever the case may be. So once I'm at work, I'm not really looking at my phone for charts, you know, so both are good. I literally spent like my first, I mean, I still do pending orders. So like, I can't even say that. I would, but my first year, 2 years, like most of my trades were pending orders just because I understood the structure so well. And I knew that I was looking for this specific zone. And a lot of the educators are looking for those zones anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're all locked in on this similar area. I'm gonna go ahead and place my pending order and not worry about it. Because for me, and I feel like it all goes in stages, right? But for me, at that time, I was just trying to get rid of like as much emotion as possible. You know, so like just sending pending orders and just like, you know what, I'm either going to take a win or I'm going to take a loss. That kind of helped me with my emotions and just setting alerts for in profit, you know, to move your stop loss to break even and things like that. But that helped me detach from emotion as much as I could, you know, my first year. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing bad about either of them, you know. There's nothing bad about pending orders. Do what you got to do, especially if you're busy, you know. But guys, we have something going on right now during this call. But has anybody been to a Super Saturday before? Has anybody ever been to a Super Saturday? That's what I want to know. How many of you guys are new? How many of you guys are within your first 3 months? Give me a 1 if you guys are within your first 3 months. Bro, let's go. Let's go. That's pretty lit. That is pretty lit. I know when I think I was about 4 months in when we had our first Super Saturday. It was out here in LA, and man, it was super dope. We were able to get some value about crypto, and I was like super new to crypto. I only heard of Bitcoin. I didn't even know there was like Ethereum. XRP. I didn't know you can, leverage trade it. I thought you could only buy it, as an investment. So guys, these Super Saturdays, they're super valuable for you guys because it's going to help you understand things more. It's going to allow you to ask your questions. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time because we do have some other people that are going to talk about it a bit more, but it's important, guys. It's important that you get there and take advantage for yourself. Go walk in there for yourself. It's not for anybody else. This is for you to get better. This isn't for me, like, okay, I appreciate you being there, and getting the value and doing what it do, but this is for you guys. You know what I'm saying? If this is what you want to do, if this is the field and space you want to be in, why be 1 foot in, 1 foot out type energy? You know what I'm saying? If you want to do this for real and you want to be good and you want to be the best you can be, this is where you go to lock in and ask your questions. Get your help directly, face to face, and not take, any no for an answer. Not that we say no, because we're all willing to help. But this is where we go ahead and get our information, right? So the first person I'm going to go ahead and bring up is someone who I've been working personally for the last 4 years, guys. And I like working with this dude. You already know him. There's no really introduction to go about, but I like this dude, man, because he pushes me. That's my twin. That's my twin. I mean, we don't really look alike for real, but this the twin. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But this guy's been pushing me. And honestly, I'm in a way better position right now because of this dude. Not only in the business and in the charts, but in life. This guy has definitely put me in the right direction. So it's a pleasure working with this guy day in and day out. But with that being said, Miguel, go ahead and do what you do, my boy.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. And also, Vinny, you can stop recording this call, bro. Awesome.